wil je normaal? Just gonna hang up the camera. And zoom in a little bit. Because something like that. And look myself up. So I can see the checks. And there we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, the chair. Oh, I see some people coming in. Hoi Elina. Hoi Sandy. Of ja, dat hoor je natuurlijk niet. Okay, let's get started by showing a bit of what we use today. Not everything is available in the webshop this time, just because, well, I need more Christmas cards. I grabbed these stamp sets. I didn't use them yet, and I wanted to, so. And also for the other card, I did a more complicated masking scene and just went through my stamps to kind of see what would work well as an example. Hoi Aletta, leuk dat je er weer bent. So that's why, but I will show the products, of course. I'm using these two new Whimsy stamp sets that I really love. Let me look at the names. That is not the right name. That was not in the right storage bag. Hello there. Sorry, my voice is being weird. And ho 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 there. So that's what we'll be using stamp wise today. Then I also used the oversized postage from Waffle Flower, which we can order if you guys want it. And we'll use eventually all these basics postage stamps from Waffle Flower, which we do have available in the web shop. So some things we do have, some things we don't, but I need to finish up some Christmas cards. I feel that's very related. Okay, let's start with our, no, let's start with our sticky mat. Let's start with our stamping tool. I also talked with Sylvie Cards on Instagram, you guys, about this masking video. And she does have some masking tips. She has it on a blog post, actually. So once I can edit live and I can add a description, that will probably be tomorrow morning, because YouTube takes forever to let me do that. I will put in the link to her blog post, so you guys can check it out for some extra tips about masking. And I will just show while we go a bit of my tips, these tips, how I go about it basically. What I like to start with when I start with masking is lay out my scene with the stamps. That's what I did here. I just laid out the stamps how I wanted to go. The most important thing to remember when masking is the images you want at the front. And that's when it helps, I feel, to lay out the clear stamps. Because you can properly see that these trees are in the background the most. Then the back with presents and the tree stump. And then these two cuties will be at the front of your scene. So always start with stamping what you want at the front. That's the basic rule of masking, I suppose. So I'm just gonna realign them where I want them to go and take out the other stamps. And what you can also do, which I sometimes do, like these will be last and these ones will be what we need to stamp after. I'm just gonna make sure that this one is where I want it. Yes, I'm gonna hold it down and get rid of the tree stamp. So start with what you want at the front, you guys. And I do feel like with laying out the stamps makes it a bit easier, because you can see which ones are popped up the most. Then we'll just stamp it, same as always, with some alcohol marker friendly ink. I use the Memento, but there are different ones, or if you use watercolor, be sure to use an appropriate black ink for that, of course. Oops. Now it's all over my hand. Hi Martinique. Yes, right on time. And you can always watch back anyway, so no worries. There we go. That's the first thing. I'm gonna clean off my stamps. And put them back where they belong, so I don't lose them. That has happened to me before, that I lost the stamp. Now, before we do any more stamping, you want to mask these, because the rest will be behind them. There are lots of masking paper available, as always. Let me grab mine to show you. Yeah. I used Nellie Snellen, Nellie's Choice masking sheets for stamps. We have these available in the webshop as well. I like these. I asked Sylvie card as well. She prefers to use the Whimsy stamp one. Now I know that one is quite difficult to get in Europe though. So you would have to spend some extra money to get the Whimsy one. But like I said, the Nellie Snellen one works pretty good for me as well. The only thing is that it's not really that reusable, the mask, because after using it one, maybe two times, it loses a bit of its stickiness. And then again, Sylvie says she almost never reuses her mask, because you always have that a little bit. Plus you will get lines from your other stamps over these, and it will make it difficult to see. So it's all preference, of course. But like I said, I will link her blog post tomorrow morning in the description. Unless YouTube lets me use it sooner this time. But you just take off the backing, and then you try to line this up as best as you can. And like, my hand might get in the way here, but I need to see what I'm doing. There we go. If you guys have any questions or something is not clear, let me know, okay? And take off this backing. And And I did fussy cut all of these beforehand, you guys. Otherwise it would be an hour of watching me fussy cut. That's like no fun at all. Now, we did put these one as our second layer, because these will be in the middle, so to say. So I'm just gonna see where I kind of want them to go. And like this cute little deer is gonna sit on that tree stump. So you can look a bit through your stamps and kind of see where it would need to go. And then, sorry if my head is in the way, you guys, but okay. I'm actually going to stamp them separately because they will touch each other otherwise. And because we now masked of that cute little deer there, we can start stamping our tree stump where it's sitting on. There we go. I'm just gonna wet this with my stamp cleaner so I don't have to keep spraying it. There we go. Let's already put that mask on just to be sure. This is so fiddly. Okay, there we go. No, it's pretty good. Lucky shot. And then I'm not sure it will touch Santa or the deer, but just to be sure, I wanted to stamp it when the masks are on. So there we go, our little bag with presents. Yeah, it does touch his feet and a little bit of Santa, see, so it's a good thing we masked it before. There we go, that's fine actually. And then mask again. The only thing with masking is if you mess it up, you will see it after you ink blended your whole background and, you know, stamped and masked everything. Then you will see you did it in the wrong order. So it's not the most forgiving technique, but it does look good on postage cards, and you know, it's just a different look. Do like it. There we go. Now last we want to add some trees in the background, so I was kind of thinking one here, just a little peak, one there or something. Will not be that visible, but you know, a little bit of greenery is nice, because I also want to leave some space in the sky for our postage stamps that I want to add. There we go. And what are you guys up to? Christmas crafting? Chilling? Put away the stamps. There we go. So I just like to lay out my scene, then stamp all the images on my masking paper, cut it out, and then relay it on here basically and lay out my stamps in the right order. It's then very easy to see, I find, which one needs to be the most in the back, at the front, in the middle, etc. But that's just how I do it. You might find something else easier, but can only share what I do myself. Oh, Elena's making a Christmas card. Not so fun. Yes, it's that time, you guys. That's why I went with some new supplies I got myself to show this one. And the second one will not be a Christmas card actually, but it will be a more complicated masking scene with lots more elements. And I just went through my stash and I found that these stamps work really great to kind of showcase that. So I really wanted to focus on the masking part and not as much as the products. And there we go. We have everything masked and ready to go. So let's get this off. Now it is time for our sticky mat. Let's line that up. And I did prepare some stencils that I wanted to use. I'm just using this hillside border from Waffle. Make sure everything is nicely put down so you can ink blend safely. So it doesn't come loose and you ink blend your image basically. So I'm going to use this hillside border stencil from Waffle. And I'm firstly going to use some speckled egg for the snow. And I kind of like to hold everything here, those edges, and try to ink blend from up to down in this case, and not against your masking, because that way it might come loose. This way you reduce the risk of it coming loose basically. Okay, so grounds, I'm gonna clean up my stencil and I'm gonna add a second one, which I kind of think look good there. And I am leaving some white. I don't think there's anything to ink up there, but I'd rather not miss a spot. Okay. Let's clean that. The coloring I don't think we'll make today, guys, because I will do the ink blending, the splattering, then take it off and then show the masking on the next card to really focus on that. If we have some time to color, we will, but I'm using some tumbled glass, but you know, use whatever color. And again, I'm inking from this time from bottom to the top because my mask is here. If I go like that, it's more risk that it comes off. So I like to sort of start on the masking tape and work my way up. Something like that. Gonna go in with Salvage Patina. I'm going to bring up a little bit more, right there. And then here, blend that out with my tumbled glass a bit. That looks good. Okay. That's our stencils. Let me put those away real quick. So they're not on my desk anymore. Now, let's grab this, clean up our mat. Now I want to add some splatters. Surprise, surprise. I'm gonna use this Spellbinder Splatter Effect Sparkle. We just restocked it in the webshop as well. Or restocked it, we have it new. I also used this one before in a live, the Raven one. That's the black splatter, and this is the sparkle one. Do make sure you shake it because the sparkle particles will fall to the bottom. So I just used it before the live, so mine should be fine. And the fun part about these is no need to add water. So you can straight on splatter it, and this one gives a very beautiful soft sparkle. And I like to add like quite a bit. So I am gonna let this dry a little bit, you guys, before we move on. Clean off that sparkle. There we go. In the meanwhile, we can prepare some postage stamps that we want to add. And I was thinking, oh, this stamp came loose, I see. About using this one. This is the Euro symbols one, because the original one usually only has dollars. So, but they do have a Euro one. We have that as well. I was thinking about using that. And I wanted to use like a cute Merry Christmas one. It's from the North Pole add-on. Postage stamps, all from Waffle Flower. And I also like to use this one from the base postage stamp. Okay, normally I would let this dry longer, but I do want to show the peel off in the live because that's like the whole point. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper towel and just press it in there. And just help it dry a little bit. It does dry quickly anyway, but this way it's even faster. And I like to do the postage style stamping before I remove the masks, because sometimes I like it going like behind a critter or something. So that one here, and this is what I mean, like just add it a little bit here. And then I do feel like we need something more, so we'll just look at our stamps in a little bit. But now I'm going to use the archival ink again, the one that stains but stamps nice and crisp. And the fun part is you can use it on not completely dry backgrounds. I hate waiting. Also when I'm crafting in private, so. Okay, that looks good. I do want to reuse this one. So this is my favorite. Just gonna move this over a little bit. There we go. I kind of want that. Here, I think. Let me look for another that I would like. Just go with whatever you like, but I think I like this airmail one. Right up there. It's not like awful if you already took off your masks and then decide, oh, my postage stamps, then just make sure they don't overlap, fill up empty spaces. It's still salvageable. Happened to me as well in the past. Like, that is a salvageable mistake. Not much is with masking, but that is. Okay, let's go. And now we're almost ready to do the peel off. I'm just gonna put my stamps away. the Santa one. Yeah, put that there, don't need it anymore. Because the other card will not be a postage one. But I do feel the postage is a good one to show, since I feel like the masking technique gets used a lot with postage card. There we go. Now, if you don't use this waterproof ink, wait a bit for everything to dry, of course. But we are gonna start to take stuff off. Yay, that is one. And then let's hope I did everything right, you guys, because we all know I made a mistake with the Waffle flower card. So then again, you can still learn something from that, I suppose. What not to do. Okay. Sometimes it's really difficult to see where it starts and where it ends. Be careful, I try not to like, okay, let's go with Santa. Let's just see if we can make a start. Oh, bit of his feet ripped. It's okay. There we go. And his fluffy thing. That's what I'm gonna call it. Okay, so far it doesn't look like I made any mistakes, but still time. Okay. And this is, for me at least, always the part where masking is paying off. This is so satisfying. It's like, same with a stencil, especially a layered stencil. You did all those layers of ink and you can see it becoming more every layer. Masking is kind of same. It is so satisfying. Okay, I missed the spot right there. Come on. There we go. Now I can really see these trees in the back, then this one this. And the tree stump behind the bear. So yeah, that's a very like simple layered masking card. Later I will just put it on here and I have a postage card. So I hope this one was clear. Now we're gonna do a little bit more intricate one. Let me put that away. I'll show the products as well. Basic supplies are all the same. I used the Hello Bluebirds page turner stamp set for this. I used the Sweet November Simple Room Reading Nook add-on for all the furniture. And I'm using the Simple Room Scene Builder, also from Sweet November stamps, for the floor. Thank you, Elina, thank you. So I already cut all my masks again. It's a lot of masks, as you can see, to save time. And I basically did the same thing. I started laying out my scene like this. Then I was like, yes, I'm happy with that. I stamped everything on the masking paper and fussy cut them out. And now we are gonna layer this. And no guarantee that I do this right, because again, this is quite a large scene and I don't do it that often, but we are gonna try. Okay, let's put this here. And this is just why I feel like the layering stuff helps, because now I can really see which stamps are the highest. And with some, it doesn't really matter. Like these cute little bunny slippers. They are only above the floor. So you could take this one with your first like stamp. But you could also say, well, I'll wait till we're at the level where the chair is at, for example, because they are the same height. It just whatever you prefer. But I do need to think about this myself as well, because this is quite a thing. First thing I noticed is that my cat is in front of this lamp, this book, everything. So for this one, I'm just gonna sort of make a rose. We'll start with the cat, then there will be the book, and then there will be the lamp, which is actually overlapping the window a bit. So I'm just gonna put the book, and then the lamp, and then the window right there, and the kitty can stay right there. This one will be also on our next one, so that will be the same one as the book. Here, these ones are at the top, and then comes our little side table, so that will be the same as these. And after that will come this plant, so it will be the same as the light. There we go. And I'm just gonna fold this like that, just to pick up my slippers, my cat, and my accessories already. And then we have this bookcase, which will come here with the window, and then by the end of it, because this will be in the back will be the floor. So that's just how I kind of try to make sense of it, and I always check in the meanwhile. But I am pretty sure about these things being at the front. I just noticed that this is not lined up properly though. I didn't put it on the table at the same height, so I am gonna grab my table again and kind of see. Yeah, that's wide enough. Okay, so let's start with our first layer. If I can find my ink, there we go. Always like to stamp it twice, or how many times is needed to get it nice. Okay. Let me grab my stamp set. Put these away. And these away. There we go. Now, of course, we need to mask this. Might not be a very exciting video, you guys, but got asked to explain it, so we will. Take off the backing. And again, I'm no Sylvie who does so many beautiful masking cards, but the base idea of it is work from the front to the back. That's the main thing I can give, and take your time fussy cutting stuff and aligning things straight. Do all your inking when it's still on, but especially front to back. And just laying out the stamps helps for me personally, but maybe your head works different that way. There we go. And like the Postage one, it's a little bit more easy. With these sort of cards, you do need to like pay more attention to what goes where. In the smaller scenes, it's way more easy to see, if you ask me. So I'm hoping I'm doing this right as well, you guys. And I'm hoping this slipper wants to work with me right now. There we go. I'm already happy I didn't lose it on these small pieces. Okay. That looks good. Now, according to my own logic, we need to stamp these. What I sometimes like to do, and I'm going to do that now, in these sort of intricate cards, is lay this back on. You can always just lay your scene on again if you are doubtful it's correct. Which I'm gonna do now because I do want to make sure I get it right. And just sort of recreate that scene. Sometimes I feel confident enough in my rose there, and sometimes I don't. And with a live, I'm like, let's better be sure it's correct. Kind of see, because this, I already feel like I did it wrong. Oh no, it's fine. Just need to move. Probably will not be using this plant. See, that's also already, I kind of wanted to move this one more to this side, but that's okay. Make it work. And then this one. Yeah, let's lose this plant. Then I should have moved the stable more to that side. So we'll not be using that. Okay, it's going well. Everything is fine. And then we want these books sort of behind our cute little cat. So indeed, those books will need to be stamped before the lamp. Because I want this lamp post to sort of hide behind our kitty and our... So I'm gonna hold it, put this down, and remove this one. So go here. So yeah, indeed, it's time for these three. So I am gonna make sure that those accessories hit the top of the table, so they're not floating. The chair. And then the books. Yeah, okay. Just triple checking, you guys. I would suggest with these types of masking scenes, especially if you don't do it that often, like myself. And there the chair. And then the stack of books I kind of want to hide behind the cat. So that will go there. So that's our next layer. So again, front to back. Let's use a magnet as well, because I don't want it to move. And there we go. And again, let me put these away. Plants we're not using. That would have saved me a lot of fussy cutting. And all the leaves. But that's okay. That mask I can actually save because we haven't used it. This card would be so cute for a book lover. Luckily, I do have a few people that I know that like books, so. This is not really that straight, so we're gonna. That is better. There we go. And then our little table right here. And our books. Well, it's coming together, you guys. The small parts are almost masked off. There we go. The next layer will be our lamp, since it will be overlapping the what's it called? The window. So I am gonna stamp the lamp, and like I said, I do want to hide the like foot of it under our cat. So here you can see the good example. You have the cat, the books, and the lamp. And we did it front to back. Cat is at the front, behind the cat are the books, and behind the books is the lamp. If that makes sense. There we go. And find my mask for the lamp here. You guys, we do need to fussy cut something. I fussy cut this lamp from this side instead of that lamp from that side. Okay, well, let's stamp that because we cannot continue without it. Let me find my masking paper. That was an oopsie. Oh well, I'm just gonna put, oh, another tip. Always check by doing this. Oops. If you have your sticky side on the right side, because sometimes I have it upside down, and then you can re-stamp everything. Okay. Well, let's make a new mask. I mixed up the lamps. But that's okay. It's just one, luckily. Okay. I am just gonna, I always find this more easy to cut neatly if you have smaller pieces. I'm not gonna try to fussy cut this piece. I will just do that, bring that detail back with some black fine liners later. Because that's impossible, at least for me, that's impossible to fussy cut. Oh, we actually don't need the foot because it's behind the book, so I'm not gonna bother. And then I thought I had all my masks prepared. Joke's on me, isn't it? Hopsa. Now, let's actually mask off the lamp. Oh, I'm gonna remove this magnet right here because my tweezers are magnetic as well, so it's grabbing onto each other. Haha, there we go. Now I am gonna place my ground again just to have the right height for everything else. So don't want our bookcase to be floating, and I want to have space for my sentiment that I want to put. So the bookcase should go there. The window will put right there, I feel. Maybe even more to this side. There should be good. Okay. Let's take off the sentiments, just a placeholder. Oh, I should have, yeah, did it. Put on my magnets for extra security. Okay. Oh, this is becoming such a cozy reading scene, isn't it? This bookcase I'm gonna dread coloring in though. It's a lot of coloring. It is cute, but okay. Nice. And the funny part about these masking cards is you will actually know if you made a mistake. We're gonna inkblend this and then we'll take off the mask. And if then I made a mistake, then it's just, it can go in the trash basically. Okay, this one is done. Scrap these masks. Can get rid of my magnets. There we go. And the window. There we go. Yay. Now, what I do want to do is mask the floor. Stamp and then mask, sorry. It wasn't entirely clear. There we go. And now, I'm sure some of you notice, I like my inks and I want to save some time on coloring. So, what I'm gonna do first, got this. You can just cut a straight piece, but like this top side out of straight pieces just make it easy to mask off. I'm gonna leave it in my Misty. And hopsa. Mask off our floor. So we can do a wallpaper right here. I had not thought about colors, but I do know my mother-in-law loves books and she likes purple, so we will probably go with some purples actually. I didn't have a stencil somewhere for this. Somewhere. Under here. This is just a swirly stencil. I have no clue who it's from, to be honest, but you know, you can use anything you want. I am gonna move this a little bit. Because otherwise it will not go there. Let me think. What color? I want, whoops, milk lavender with shaded lilac, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So let's start with milk lavender. And the same as on the previous one, try to work from your mask onto your paper. If you never mask, by the way, I would start with like a scene we did in the first card. Just have like 2 or 3 images overlapping. Don't make it yourself difficult straight away when doing something like this, I feel. First get a bit familiar with the front to back before you try a scene that is way more images behind each other and next to each other. That's also maybe a tip I would give, like don't start too difficult for yourself. Just get familiar with how the stacking works. What also is a great tip, maybe, I'm just thinking, is make them stack up to each other. You know those cute little images, like you have, for example, 4 penguins here, then 3 on top of that, 2 penguins, and then 1 at the top. Then you really need to think about which one you need to stamp first. That might be a good thing to practice as well. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is a very intricate stencil, so I am gonna grab some tape as well to hold it down. Like so. And then I'm just gonna use shaded lilac. Not too harshly. I kind of want it a bit softer. So I'm just gonna use a very light hand to do this. But again, the colors is not really what this one is about, but hey. This is just a chair, I think. Sometimes it's difficult to see. So if I'm doubtful, I'll just ink it. If it's not, then it's on the mask. So no worries anyway. like so. I think I've had everything that needs ink inked. You can also do this with the floor, by the way. If you don't have like a stamp like this, maybe you have a cobblestone stencil or wood grain stencil. Just place your masking tape like here and then use a cobblestone stencil or whatever for the floor. And there we go. Oops. So that reveal. Let's have a look. Yay. Already knew it was not going to the edge, so what I like to do then is just sort of take this one, let's ink it up a little bit more, and just sort of go around there. And then do the top as well, just have it match. There we go. Now I'm thinking if I want splatters or not. I don't think I do actually. I think I just want to leave the ink as it is. It doesn't happen often, but I will stamp my sentiments. Now we're inking anyway. I could do this later, like it's not overlapping a mask or anything, but I mean, we have a stamping tool out now anyway, so rainy days should be spent at home with a cup of tea and a good book. Love that. There we go. And let me put away my stamp again. Okay. Well, now will be the big moment of truth, wouldn't it? Did we make a mistake? I'm always a little bit scared with these sort of scenes if I mess something up. Especially, it takes a lot of time, all the fuzzy cutting and stuff, so it would be a real shame. Gonna be honest, but you know, just clean this up. Okay, well, the moment of truth. Let's start with this one. Since it does overlap other masks. Oof, I'm scared. Okay, the window was one of the last ones we did, so I'm gonna start with that. Yeah, that's the chair, that's fine. Our bookcase. Oops. Oh, I'm also taking off the table with it, I see, which is fine. Okay, I'm missing a little piece here of the table. Okay. Our little plant, which indeed is in front of the cabinet. Our bookcase and our cup as well, and it's on the table, it's not floating. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but let me hold it up a little bit. I'm missing some black lines right here. It didn't stamp properly. I will just take a ruler and a black liner and fix that. So if you have those small little things, just use your black liner and kind of like squeeze that back in. Okay, our slippers, which should be good. Those were one of the most easy ones. Okay, the lamp can go now. Yes, same with this. I didn't fussy cut this string. I will just go over it with a black liner to enhance that black again, basically. Our books, yes, they are in front, and then our cute little cat should be in front and there as well, I feel. Okay, yay. Okay, now the only thing that can still mess us up is this chair. Just gonna rip it off. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy this worked, you guys. I was kind of nervous about doing this live. Because you can only see your mistake at the end. There we go. That is it. I'll grab the other card we did as well, just to have them next to each other. So I would say definitely start with a more easy one like that, where you only kind of have the trees in the back, a little bit of this one, and the tree stump, and then work your way towards this if you feel more comfortable with masking and doing front to back. Thank you, Irina. You're welcome. No problem. I thought it would be nice to show a more easy way to start with masking and a little bit more like advanced in a way. And I'm just gonna pop this up here after I color everything, which will be especially this one. And that bookcase is gonna be on the floor. So, you know, it'll be still a lot of work. So these sort of cards really take long, but it is a nice look. Thank you, Martinique. Yeah, and this one I will just pop on a card base. I'm not sure what I will do with the background yet, but okay, everyone. Well, thanks for watching. I hope masking was clear. If not, you guys know by now you can always send me a message if something wasn't clear, and then I can try and help to explain it. But it's practice makes perfect, and just remember front first and then back. Laying it out with stems helps for me. Not necessarily means it helps for everyone, of course. Everyone is different. Just find your own ways, but it might be handy to start with that sort of thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna call it quits here. I wish you all a very nice evening, and of course, thanks for watching. Bye bye.